Hello YouTube. I have had a go at creating one of this year's makeup trends, which is called Gummie Bear Glam. And I wanted to see if I could translate this into my 52-year-old skin and also have it something that's quite wearable. I didn't want it to be so high fashion that I would look a bit of a noodle at school pickup. So I've tried to keep it kind of fun and playful whilst also keeping it slightly wearable. I tried to use as many liquids and cream products as I owned. I didn't want to buy anything new, so I've kind of tried to utilise everything I had in my makeup bag. And I've used a lot of pinks for that kind of teddy bear sweetness vibe that I'm going for. What I learnt when I created this is that freckles are better created with bronzer and a wet pointed liner brush. And glossy high shine products do work nicely with pearlescent pigments. I'm going to use my Bareminerals liquid foundation, BarePro, and I'm going to use quite a dense brush to apply that so I can get quite a full coverage. It's quite a nice glowy, but it is full coverage. I want a full coverage to enable me to get the kind of full effect from using liquids and creams to create this kind of jelly bear gummy inspired look. So I'm using my good old Tarte Shape Tape concealer in 12N Fair Neutral. This next part is going to be a complete experiment. I'm going to start with Iconic Stick Blush in Mimosa, kindly given to me by my friend and colleague Olga, who runs a local agency called Barnet and Boat Race. Right, so that was Mimosa. Next I'm going to take a bit of the Made by Mitchell liquid bronzer, sorry. I'll link all the colours and products I use down below, so if you want to get any you can. I'm just going to use a tiny bit of that just to contour, but obviously I want to try and create that kind of gummy bear, very glossy look. So this is more of a base. I'm going to figure out how I'm going to do that gloss as I go. I'm going to use a bit of the Bareminerals liquid highlighter. Okay, it's nice and it is glowy, so it's a nod to the trend. Maybe I might try the Milk stick blush. Take that on my apples and then up. I think more is more with the gummy bear trend. I've just noticed actually where I have my glasses on, because I haven't set my makeup yet. I've taken my concealer off, so I'm just going to touch that one up. Slap this on. And yeah, more is more, I think. Actually, you know what? I mean, it does look a bit crazy, but I kind of like it. I mean, it's a fun, playful look. I've taken that right up there. I'm going to do the same on the other side, and I'll come back in a sec. Okay, so both sides done, light contouring. I've blended it all in using my lovely Peaches and Cream blending brush. Contour around the edge and the cheekbones, under the chin, around there, and then I've really blended that out. Next I'm going to take what's left on my hand, which I'm using as a palette. Not quite sure how much is left, actually not very much, so I'm going to go back in with my Milk blush and I'm just going to take a little bit of that because I'm kind of layering, and this is full transparency, a complete experiment, which is why I love doing makeup, because sometimes you do things and you think, yeah, that's really cool. And other times you're like, good God, that looks awful. But the great thing about makeup, it's not a tattoo. You can take it off if it doesn't work. Now I am going to powder because I need to set around the areas on the T-zone, because this is obviously a gummy bear look. And I want it to be really glowy and really kind of, you know, what's the word? Gummy bear like. I'm only going to set my T-zone because I want to be able to wear my glasses and not have concealer lift from around my nose. So I'm just going to set literally down the T-zone of my face and under my chin area where I had that bronzer that was liquid. And then what's left on my brush, I'm just going to use over the rest, just to kind of blend it all together. I'm going to use a little bit of my Laura Geller eyeliner, and I'm just going to go in very scribbly. I don't want it to be too much effort. I don't want it to be too technical. I want anyone to be able to do it. So if you don't have this particular Laura Geller pencil, it's just like a really nice mauvey colour. It's like one of the caviar sticks that you can get. Lots of brands do them. You can get them low end, high end, whatever suits your budget. And you can go in and you don't have to be accurate. It can be super smudgy. Using my Emily in Paris Spectrum brush, blending this out. You could use your finger. You would literally just do that. You have to be quite quick because once this dries, it's not as easy to smudge. So yeah, you don't have that much playtime. So I like how that's looking. It's given me a bit of a smoke, which is quite nice, but I feel like it's not Gummy Bear enough. So I feel like I need something a bit liquidy. I'm going to try my Dr. Paw Paw lip balm to give my eyes that kind of really glowy, dewy, Gummy Bear look. Take the tiniest amount of the same product, high points of cheekbones. I'm then going to use the Patrick Tar blush that I've got, and I'm going to use the cream, that one, and it's quite pink. So I'm going to take that. Ooh, that's pink. And I'm going to blend that into the Laura Geller eyeliner I just did. Paint by numbers, whop it on with my finger. Then I'm going to take that on my cheek. I mean, I'm definitely getting a lot more bang for my bucks with this look. And it is definitely giving me a bit more Gummy Bear. Okay, next I'm going to tightline. A little bit of chocolate brown. This is the Too Faced liquid liner. I'm not going to do like a big flick or anything. I want to do a baby cat eye. Let's call it a kitten eye. It's like a barely there. Baby kitten. There we go. Just to define, make my lashes look a little bit bigger. I'm going to use some tubing mascara. This one's the Soap and Glory one. I like tubing mascara because I find that my mascara, does end up smudging if it's just ordinary mascara. Tubing mascara, once it's dry, does what it says. It basically forms a little tube around your eyelash, and then it stays. It's a bit kinder to your eyelashes than waterproof. I think the problem with wearing waterproof all the time is it can make your eyelashes a little bit dry, and I think, you know, when you get a bit older, I'm 52, yeah, it's not good for your lashes. I realised I was watching one of my videos about that, actually said I was 51. So yeah, alas, I'm not, I'm 52. Okay, so I'm going to use the powder from my Patrick Tar blush, and I'm just going to use that to set inside the kind of crease area of my eye and around the edge. With my Too Faced brown liner, I'm going to add some freckles. Okay, off camera I've done my brows, by the way. My phone is running out of storage, so I'm trying to minimise what I'm filming. Adding more freckles by wetting the end of my liner brush, going into my Hoola bronzer. Looks a bit more natural, doesn't look quite as scary as using a liquid liner. Next, I'm going to go in with my Charlotte Tilbury eyeshadow palette, and I'm going to use a little bit of the pink just to go underneath my eyes. So off camera, I added some pink shimmer onto my mobile eyelids, and I added a little bit of the silver shimmer into the corners of my eyes. I'm trying to get this filmed because my camera's running out of storage. So I've gone in with Charlotte Tilbury lip liner and Live It Up lipstick, and I'm going to add some gloss on top of this, and I'll come back on camera and do the finished look in a second. I listed all the products down below. I'll take my glasses off so you can have a finished look. Please do like, comment and subscribe. It's really going to help me with the algorithm.